like and subscribe. You may have noticed I have a different intro sound, and that's because today I am, well, when I recorded this, I was recording it as a screen recording on my iPad, which is a bit different to what I have been doing. I'm not sure if this is the way forward, but it certainly was a bit more relaxing and easy to draw this way. But I don't know, it feels a bit clinical looking back, but I've uploaded it anyway, because, you know, it's all part of the journey. So anyway, hello, and welcome to this new video. In today's video, as you can see, I am drawing a character. There will be another character. These two characters are of my own making. They are not from another franchise. I've just come up with them. I was having a bit of a good drawy character sketchy time recently and just came up with a whole bunch of characters. And usually I come up with these characters because I think they'll fit into some kind of fantasy world that I'm too lazy to flesh out properly, but it exists in my head. So, you know, I draw them, and I enjoy that. So, anywho, this is the first character. Bit of a sort of warrior type in my mind. I've only done the kind of bust area, as it were. So head and shoulders above the rest. Head and shoulders, and certainly lots of hair. So yeah, a kind of warrior character in some kind of tribe. I felt quite inspired by apes and baboons and things like that for this one. So the coloration ends up being sort of inspired by that too. Yes, and here I am using the brush that I like to use, Net or whatever it's called, something like that, Net. Colouring with that too, because I like the texture it gives. I do actually end up duplicating this colour layer because I think it looks a little bit confusing with the texture, I will admit. So I double it up to kind of oomph it a bit more and give it a bit more solidity. So it doesn't look so confusing to the eye. So yeah, and here I am going around everything. What do you guys think about this kind of recording as opposed to seeing my hand do it? I will probably admit that the sound isn't going to be as good either because I'm recording this audio on my iPad, and I am not where I usually record the audio, so I forgot the little microphone piece, so it probably sounds a bit tinny, and I apologise for that. But visually, what do we think? Is this nicer, watching my sort of the echo of my activities on the iPad, or dost thou prefer to see my hand in action as well as the piece? And then what I was thinking I could do, if we go down the hand route, then I could show the final piece properly as like a screenshot as well, which might be cool. Also there, I forgot there's a bit of chest there, down there, that I coloured in as hair, and I will come back to rectify that. But I noticed it at a certain point, and I thought, oh my god, what a dope. But it needed to be red, as the skin is. Yeah. So, another thing about this character I had envisioned was that he sort of wields two large iron clubs. I thought he could be quite the behemoth of a character, quite a lot larger than other folk, and then wield these two great clubs and sort of bash people in with them, which I thought was cool. Maybe I'll expand on this in a more sort of full body way at some point. But that's not going to be happening in today's video. I will warn you now. So I did start as well doing the kind of long dangly eyebrow thing as the same colour as the rest of the hair, but then I thought, no, it needs to look a bit different. So I do change that a bit. And here I am going in on the chest area that I missed before. I'm probably just thinking now I could have added some more line definition to that area, but oh well. So here I go, just slightly changing the colour of the eyebrow hair, just so it stands out a bit more against the rest of the hair. I think it just tends to help. Also, I do add a background colour shortly, but not sure it was the wisest thing in the world looking back. I wonder if it just looks better on white. I'd be really interested to hear opinions on that too in the comments if you don't mind. I'll be shameless and say adding comments just really helps me and helps my videos with the YouTube algorithm. Or at least that's what other YouTubers say, so I'm going to say it too. And anything at this point to try and boost things along and be successful. Because I won't lie, that would be lovely. And I've gone for pink eye, which maybe they could have been white, but they're not. Anywho, I reckon in future, yeah, it would be nice if I just held up a little screenshot of the character, as so you can see it properly in the end. But I suppose in that last frame, it was something you could pause anywho if you wanted to look. But no, it's something I should do. So anyway, moving on to the next character. This is a vampire type character. Looking rather young, but probably not young, as is the way with vampires a lot of the time. The vampires I envision for my little fantasy world are usually in some form of aristocracy, so I end up like dressing them quite smartly a lot of the time, quite slick and smart. This one I've given a ruff to wear around his neck. And a nice kind of suit type look underneath the ruff. This is a character I've drawn before, but not quite like this. I did a new sketch, and so I really liked it, so I just carried on and thought, oh, I'll give this one a go. I haven't really thought too much about the background of this character, apart from that he's a part of like a vampire kind of old family, an aristocratic vampire family. Looks the youngest, but perhaps is not at all the youngest. And that's kind of interesting thing about the idea of vampires is they can sort of be any age you want, but they can look however you want them to as well. I guess there could be a vampire who looks about 90 but is 90 because they could have been made a vampire yesterday. But this person could have been made a vampire like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago or something. And that's a cool idea, in my opinion. Apologies for that ding-dong sound. So I've gone in with the background first on this, and I'm not sure. I don't feel confident about background colours and things. Sometimes I think, is white just better? But then, is that also just boring? And does it not take full advantage or give the image enough oomph? So I'd be interested on other opinions on that. Maybe I could do like a with white and without white kind of idea. Comparison. So yeah, I've gone with the nice, just pretty predictable colouring of red and black, and then the skin, I shall tell you now, I do kind of a grey colour, a light grey, just to give that kind of dead feel. And the eyes, I've gone for this nice red colour as well. I wanted him to be kind of on the verge of maybe eating or about to drink somebody's blood. so looking quite bloodthirsty, or maybe has just drank somebody's blood. I do end up putting some blood on the teeth, so, you know, probably has just drank somebody's blood. I think the video will end abruptly at some point soon too, so I will start rounding off. I do these original characters sometimes, and I will, but I also still do some of the characters from franchises we know, thinking I might redesign some of them as well. I've done some sketches recently, so I'm going to have a look at that. Doing that as well in future. So, yeah, if you enjoy these videos, please do, I'm pleading, please do like and subscribe and share, and comment. That would be lovely. And thank you ever so much for stopping by and watching. And I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Bye!